Hey guys, well, as I slowly make progress on my shop, for instance, this window I got put in yesterday, I'm starting to look towards materials that I'm going to need to finish things out, like wall covering, trim pieces, things like that, stuff to frame out the window. So today I'm going to mill up the huge Ponderosa pine that's been sitting beside my mill for several months now. I'm also going to go back to the Ponderosa pine that I milled up several months ago and probably run a few boards through the planer and see how it's coming out. But first I want to address a question that I've been getting asked more and more often lately. Now, in milling the hardwoods that I've been doing lately, I've been getting asked a lot, do you have any plans to build a solar kiln? And the short answer is, I already have one. Behind me is my black cargo trailer, and a few months ago I was getting into it to pull some tie-down straps out and realized, man, it is hot in here. And it hit me, this would be a great natural solar kiln. So I went on Amazon and I purchased a dehumidifier that is much larger than this tiny little space would require, but it has been doing a great job of pulling moisture out of wood. I've got a few slabs of oak that I've been drying for a couple weeks now, and I put them in at just around 20% moisture. I emptied the water container on Monday. Today's Friday. I'm going to open it up and see how much water we've pulled out of there. That's quite a bit of water for 4 days, 5 days. Now, I recently purchased this Wagner pinless moisture meter. This was about 450 bucks on Amazon. Has a booklet that tells you the settings for all the different wood species. Very easy to operate. So I'm going to see where we're at with our moisture. 13, that's come down 7%. That's pretty good. That's 15. It looks like it's running between 13 and 15%. It's definitely come down. I'd still like to get it a little bit lower. I've flattened these slabs at 20% moisture, but since then it has curved a little bit with the additional drying, so I want to make sure that these are good and dry before I put them together and make a table out of them. Now, the LT35 here is designed to be able to break down a 32-inch diameter log. I've got 29 at this end, 32.5 at the other end. I'm probably going to have to be making a lot of cuts and rotations to get it down to something more manageable, but I am going to make some 1x12s out of this. Any guesses right now on how many I'll get? Alright, well, I've got this thing all ready to go. I'm using a 10-degree double hard Wood-Mizer blade that's got a lot of hours on it. I'm going to knock the round off of this thing and then swap out for a sharp blade and start making 1x12s. Well, this blade is cutting terribly, and that was before I saw sparks come off the blade when I apparently hit some rocks. So I am going to swap out a new blade and start making some 1-bys. I'm going to be in for some pretty fancy shop walls if this stuff keeps up. I don't know if that blade just broke or what happened. It's kind of weird. You can hear that driven pulley is still spinning in there, so I'm going to let her calm down for a minute. I'm not sure what happened here. There's a lot of pitch built up on this blade, and I have a feeling that it over tightened itself and walked itself off the pulleys. There's a lot of, I can feel a lot of pitch on the drive belts too, or on the wheel belts. There's some small fragments of belt in here. I'm not sure what the heck is going on. You can see there's a fairly substantial pitch seam. Oh yeah. I don't know if that tree had some shake in it or what. It's not cracked or anything, but there is a lot of pitch in this area. All right, well, I've got a fresh blade on the mill. I think what I'm going to do, I can see pitch percolating up through the top of this board. I'm going to flip this cant over 180, and I'm going to take boards from the other side until I get into this pitch, and then I might do a couple of thicker ones to use as shelves or something, just to try and get as many good cuts as I can before I start getting back into that pitch. Then we'll get these flitches back up on their edge. I think I can probably get some 1x6s as well as 1x12s. So we'll get those back up on their edge and see what we get out of that. For some reason, my camera shut off. I'm hoping to invest in some better camera gear here shortly. But I cut through the rest of that. I got 7 more boards and then one that's about twice the thickness on the bottom. I'm going to get those on the forks, get those flitches back up, and cut those down to size. Well, okay, if you're counting along at home, I've got 3 1x4s, 7 1x6s, and 33 1x12s. They're actually 13 inches wide. I want to be able to mill the ends into some sort of joint for the wall. And then 1 2x12. But that's a pretty nice haul out of that log. I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up and stickered and stacked. And then hopefully I have time to run the pine that I milled a few months ago that's dry through the planer and see what it looks like smooth with this bluing in it. All right, well, I've got a couple of the 1x12s I milled a while back. I'll have to look up when exactly that was, but I'm going to run these through the planer and see what they look like. Yep. Dang it. Easy fix. I think this is going to look pretty nice on the walls. I'm only going to do the one board because I got a little bit of tear out around the knots, and I think that my knives might need to be flipped. This stuff looks great. I think the stuff I milled today has a little bit more staining in it than this, but I think when I put some edges on here, I think that's going to look really nice up on the wall. I might even do some varathane. Awesome. Well guys, that's going to do it for today. I've got this video to edit, and I've got this conference table that I've been working on for a long time. I've been playing with the laser on it. I'm not doing a video on this table. I actually started it 5 years ago, so there's a lot of time went by that hasn't been filmed. I did realize, however, today is August 19th, and it was 5 years ago yesterday that I got my Wood-Mizer sawmill and changed everything. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna try and put out a milling video every single week, and possibly in between those weekly milling videos have a product review or maybe a shop update or something else that might be interesting for you guys to see. But until the next one, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.